There's a certain fantasy trope we've all seen. Magic is a utility, as normal as running water. Wizards lighting street lamps with a flick of the wrist. Apprentices conjuring hot tea before breakfast. Scrolls bought in the market like bread and salt. But there's another way to see it. A way where magic isn't comfortable. Where it's not woven into daily life, but instead erupts into it like a lightning strike. Rare, unsettling, awe-inspiring. If magic is everywhere, does it still feel magical? I'm Bruce, and in this video we're going to dig into why less magic might actually make your game world feel more magical, and how my own game, Echoes of the End, treats magic as something volatile, precious, and dangerous. Here at Black Mantle Studios, we make videos about grimdark role-playing, miniature painting, and world building, all designed to make your games feel alive, perilous, and unforgettable. In Echoes of the End, magic isn't just a resource, it's a risk. And I think board games, no matter the system, could benefit from taking a similar approach. In many game systems, magic becomes routine. By the mid-levels, casters can toss out fireballs every day, heal grievous wounds in seconds, and summon barriers that make arrows bounce harmlessly away. Healing spells can also undo injuries that should have lasting consequences. Healing spells can undo injuries that should have lasting consequences, erasing both the danger and the drama of battle. Magic items are so common, they're practically basic equipment. A +1 sword is the fantasy equivalent of a pocket knife. Over time, that sense of wonder drains away. Players stop thinking about the spell as an extraordinary event and start treating it like just another mechanic on their character sheet. When magic is predictable, renewable, and always at hand, it becomes just another tool. And tools, while useful, rarely inspire awe. Compare that to low fantasy fiction like Conan the Barbarian or The Black Company. In those worlds, a single spell can change the entire trajectory of a story. One sorcerer's ritual can alter kingdoms, summon horrors, or corrupt the land for generations. The rarity creates tension. The uncertainty makes every magical act feel dangerous. And that, more than raw power, is what makes magic memorable. That's the mindset I want to bring into Echoes of the End, where every spell cast is a decision that could reshape your character's fate or end it entirely. When magic is rare, players treat it differently. It's no longer a reflexive button press or the default solution to every problem. It becomes a weighty choice. The moment a spell is cast, everyone at the table knows something important is happening. Scarcity creates tension, and tension makes moments memorable. You can achieve that scarcity in several ways. Limited spell slots, not just per day, but potentially per adventure, force casters to consider whether the moment is truly worth the expenditure. Rare or difficult to acquire components create a logistical barrier, making each casting an investment of time and resources. Permanent consequences, such as physical corruption, mental strain, or the attention of hostile forces, ensure that magic isn't just fire and forget. Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay treats magic as dangerous, or even a minor miscast can unleash catastrophic effects. OSR games often have brutally limited spell slots, making a single sleep spell the difference between survival and annihilation. Dark Sun ties magic to ecological devastation, turning spell casting into an act with moral and political consequences. In each of these, scarcity doesn't weaken magic, it makes it matter. In Echoes of the End, magic isn't just rare because I decided so, it's rare because the setting's history demands it. Long before the current age, arcane power was tied to lost technology. Vast machines, beacons, and artifacts crafted by those who had learned to manipulate energy at a scale no one fully understands today. That knowledge collapsed with their civilization, leaving only scraps and relics behind. Few can wield what remains. Those who try face unpredictable results. Magic is mistrusted, seen as a sign of corruption, heresy, or the lingering influence of dangerous powers. A spell might succeed flawlessly, backfire in spectacular fashion, or ripple out with unintended side effects that alter the environment, harm allies, or draw predators from miles away. This isn't the kind of world where fireballs fly freely. In Echoes, a single act of magic is a gamble. Your life, your soul, and sometimes the stability of the land itself are at stake. That grim uncertainty ties directly into the tone of the game, a world where nothing comes without a cost, and every magical act leaves a mark on the ones who dared to wield it. In Echoes of the End, the mechanics are built so that even a small, seemingly low-level spell is unforgettable. First, there's the element of unpredictability. No roll is guaranteed to produce the intended effect. A spell could fizzle, flare out of control, or twist into something unintended. This isn't just for drama, it reinforces that magic is not fully understood even by its wielders. Then there's the cost. Many spells require components that are rare, dangerous to acquire, or are outright irreplaceable. A vial of glassy blue dust scavenged from a centuries dead machine might be consumed in a single casting, and there is no shop in the world where you can simply buy more. Each use demands consideration. Is the result worth the loss? And finally, the risk of backlash. Magic strains the body and warps the mind. Every spell cast carries a chance of corruption. Physical mutations or psychological breaks, these aren't cosmetic. They can alter gameplay permanently. All of this is tied into the fate dice system. Every character has a finite pool of fate dice that represents all actions, combat, skills, and magic. Casting spells eats into that same pool. Once depleted, you're running on fumes, rolling only 1d6 per action until you rest. That means every magical choice literally reduces your future potential, making it a true gamble. Mechanics alone can't make magic feel rare. The story has to carry that weight. In Echoes of the End, entire regions may only have one known mage, and their name is spoken in the same breath as rumors of plagues, curses, or unnatural storms. The sight of a spell being cast is enough to cause a crowd to scatter, cross themselves, or call for the guards. For GMs, the key is to build a legend around magic before it's even seen. Foreshadow its arrival with whispered tales, show the aftermath of its misuse, and give each casting visible consequences. Scorch marks that won't fade, plants that grow twisted, the faint sound of whispers where the spell was loosed. In Echoes of the End, one act of magic can alter faction politics overnight, make a caster a target for assassination, or ignite a religious inquisition. When players know that a single display could change the world, they'll think twice before they let that spark fly. There's a fine line between making magic rare and making it feel locked away behind a glass wall. If you go too far, you risk frustrating players, especially those who've built their character concept around being a spellcaster. When the carrot is visible but always out of reach, the game can feel restrictive instead of tense. The key is to make scarcity a design feature, not a punishment. Magic should be rare because it is powerful, unpredictable, and costly, not because you've arbitrarily decided to throttle its use. Casters should still have opportunities to shine, even if those moments are fewer and weightier. When a spell does get cast, it should feel like the moment everyone at the table leans forward, holding their breath. When a spell does get cast, it should feel like the moment that everyone at the table leans forward, holding their breath. For non-casters, the balance comes from ensuring they have equally high-impact opportunities. In Echoes of the End, martial characters might turn the tide with a perfectly timed strike, a devastating counter, or a maneuver that changes the battlefield. Characters can outthink an enemy, use the terrain to their advantage, or manipulate factions into doing their dirty work. These moments carry the same weight as a spell by giving every archetype a path to memorable, world-shaking moments. The scarcity of magic feels fair and exciting rather than exclusionary. The rarer the spark, the brighter it burns. When magic is treated as an event, something the table leans into to witness, it becomes more than just another mechanic. It becomes a story in itself. Game masters and designers have the power to make Magic feel like this, treating casting as a narrative, something that changes the stakes or reshapes the world in a tangible way. Don't let it fade into the background as an unlimited resource. Make it rare, make it costly, and make it dangerous. In Echoes of the End, every spell comes with the thrill of possibility and the shadow of risk. It's a chance to grasp at something extraordinary, knowing full well it might destroy you. And that's what makes it worth it. If you want to see more deep dives into grimdark world building, dangerous magic systems, and how to make your games feel unforgettable, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next one. And tell me in the comments, how rare is magic in your world?